summer, so I just wanted to make a get ready with me video, and I'm not really going anywhere, but just the theme of this makeup look is please end summer. Like, I love summer, I guess, but it's the season of unreasonable expectations. I always think I'm gonna go swimming and go on vacation and go to barbecues and hang out with people, but it never turns out like that. So this look is kind of like tribute to being sad in the summer, so I know a lot of you are gonna appreciate it because summer can be such a depressing time, even though the sun's shining and it's nice out. So I hope you guys like it. Let's get started. To prime the face, I'm going to use Ulta Fabulous Face Foundation Primer. I'm using MAC Clear Brow Set. I tend to wipe the excess off the brush, and then once I'm done, I wipe the excess off my actual brows. And now that I narrate this, it's kind of weird. I'm using a Morphe dark brown color of eyeshadow to fill in my brows. It is quite nicer actually even than the Anastasia powder in my opinion. The brush that I'm using to fill in my brows with is a Morphe M160 in 1/16 size. It works quite well for detailed spaces. I prefer to do primer first then brows because if you make a mistake you could just simply wipe it away without messing up a foundation or anything like that. Once I've filled in my brows as much as I want, I just go back through and brush through them. To prime my eyeshadow, I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly and a Real Techniques sponge. And to set that, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD pressed powder with my Sephora powder brush. For the transition shade, I'm using a pinky taupe from the Morphe 350 matte palette with my Morphe M441 brush. To deepen the crease color, I'm using the same brush but with a more chocolatey taupe color. For the outer third of my lid, I'm using the lightest gray color in the palette. For these type of details, I use the Morphe M326 brush. Using the darkest gray color in the palette to deepen the crease side of the outer V. Before I dry curl my lashes, I just comb them out with a little brush. When we were coming home from Amsterdam, the Netherlands security thought that my lash curler was a weapon or something. I don't even know. To curl my lashes, I just line up the curler with my eyelash. I press my eyelashes upward and then I pull my bottom lash down before I clamp, just so that my bottom lashes are not caught. Then I begin to clamp it and hold it for a few seconds. And I repeat this process a couple times dry and then once carefully after I put my mascara on. NYX HD Concealer in 01 as color corrector. eye concealer, I'm using the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Heavy Duty Concealer in Ultra Light on my Max Coverage Concealer from Bare Essentials. To blend that out, I'm just using my Real Techniques sponge. For my lower lash line, I'm using the same pinky taupe I started out with on my same detail brush. I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara. It just gets a little clumpy, so I like to wipe it off before I use it. While they're still wet with mascara is a great idea because when you curl them, they will generally hold their shape, but it is a horrible idea because if you're not careful, you could rip your whole eyelash out. I like to finish the eyes before the face makeup so there's no fallout and so nothing gets messed up. I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in Y205 with my Morphe E6 brush to blend it out. Set my foundation the same way I set my eye primer. I'm using the Sephora contour in number 26 Tranquil, the best ever. I'm buffing out my contour with my Morphe M459 brush, going from the top of my ear towards a little bit above the corner of my mouth. I use this brush to get a really distinct boundary and a really sharp contour. To soften up this harsh contour, I use a small contour Sephora brush to soften it up and fade it up towards my cheekbone. Once I've blended up a little bit, I blend kind of in the round so my cheekbones pop that much more. Believe it or not, I go in with this product with a third brush, my Royal & Langnickel powder brush, and kind of use it as a blush as well. It really diffuses the color, so it really makes a gradient effect, especially when the highlight's on after that. I also use this powder brush to get a nice diffused contour on my forehead that's not too streaky. This look isn't really much about the contour, so I just put a little bit under my chin and leave it at that. For highlight, I'm using the Sephora Baked Luminizer in 01 Stardust. I really love this. And I'm also using a Sephora fan brush with that and highlighting my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow and upper lip, and pretty much the whole bottom of my jaw because my jaw is just very weak, so I just want to highlight it up. The real feature of this look is Kapow, the liquid lipstick from ColourPop. To set my makeup, I'm going to be using e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set.
This is the finished look.
thank you guys for watching. If you appreciate this video, please press the like button down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at girlwiththelegs, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.